Hi everyone, it's Kenneth with Plain Talk. I hope that everyone's doing well. Everyone is healthy today. Everyone is feeling good. I'm out and about again, and I decided to do this video. I know that everybody is rejoicing over the verdict for George Floyd. And I'm thanking God, because I do believe it. What you sow, you reap. And, you sort of feel sorry for people, and you hope that people get it, that we were all created in the image of God, and we should all respect each other. And if we don't, there are always consequences to that. So it doesn't matter what color you are, what background you come from. Wrong is wrong. And if you disrespect each other and think that you are above anything that is right, you have to answer for it. Today, I wanted to talk about a subject that has been on my heart and on my mind. And it's about friendship. And I was thinking about that yesterday, and I was also thinking, I said, God, I don't have a whole lot of people that I can call friends, natural friends. And I somehow sometimes think that people get confused about the definition of a friend. And in a Bible context, and that's where I'm coming from, the Bible said a friend loves at all times. That means in the good times. That means in the bad times. That means when you don't understand, a friend is there. That means when no one else wants to be bothered, a friend is there. And a friend does not judge you. A friend does not step on you. A friend is someone that you can tell something about. It would be kept in confidence. Even some of the very secret things. That's what a friend is, a person who can hold that. And what I find very interesting, and we sang a song in church, and it's a very popular song, What a Friend We Have in Jesus, all our sins and grief to bear. What a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer. Oh, what peace we often forfeit. And this is the verse that I really think about. Oh, what needless pains we bear. Needless. You didn't have to bear them. I know that in this world you have pain, but it's needless pain because you do not carry everything, every little thing to God in prayer. Everything. And I thought a while back about Abraham. God considered him a friend. And Moses, God considered him a friend. Now, he's a big God, and I hear people say, well, you should fear God. You shouldn't ask him why things happen. You should fear him, and because he's a God and what he'll do to you, and you don't get it. When I was in school and in college, I took a course on Greek mythology. And in Greek mythology, there's all these different gods, Hera and Zeus and Venus and Cupid. And these gods always had problems. Like humans have problems. They fought against each other. They were petty. If you did something that they didn't like and you were human, they would change you into things and all of that kind of stuff because they were petty gods. They fought against each other. But the God we have is not that kind of a God. I question God when something happens to me. Yes, I do. I ask him why. I tell God everything. Even when people have made me angry and I wanted to take a hammer and knock them upside their head, I tell God it. You know why? Because he already knows. And I'm not saying that he wants me to do that, but I'm telling him how I feel. I've learned a long time ago when I was a little child and I didn't have a lot of friends, because sometimes kids can be cruel and they'll be in a group and they don't want to hang with you because you're a little different or because they don't like you. And sometimes I had to walk to school by myself and see the other kids walking together, and here I am by myself. But I learned one thing, that God was my friend. And sometimes when I was walking to school, you would think I was talking to myself, but I was talking to God. God, come walk with me to school today because the other people don't want to. God, this is what's going on in my life as a young child. God, this is what I want to happen. This is who's bothering me. God, this is how it is in my class. This subject I don't get very well. I don't do very well. God, you have to help me. Not that I didn't study, because I had to study, but God, I want to make an A on this test. At nighttime, God, come on and get up under the covers with me. And let me tell you something that's going on in my little life. He's more than just God. I don't picture him as somebody throwing thunderbolts out of the sky or somebody so big that they cannot understand what I'm going through. Well, why do you have to tell God? He already knows, because he wants you to tell him. He wants you to include him in every aspect of your life. The fears, the insecurities, the hurts and the pains that people can cause you. Because trust me, people can cause you a lot. I watch these little things they put on Facebook, and sometimes they irritate me, these little sayings, and I guess they feel as though they're biblical sayings, or if you had to watch out of the people that are around you, and the same people that stomped on you, later on you stomp back on them, and all of these sayings that I see that some people have, and they're supposed to be sayings of wisdom, but it really makes me wonder who these people are. Because you're always fighting. You're always fighting with somebody that might stomp on you. You're always fighting with somebody that might get the best of you and what you do to them and how they need to watch out. But that's not the thing here. The thing is looking at who you're serving. Understanding that the person that you're serving created the whole world. And he knows all about you. He knows about your relationships. And sometimes if you talk to God and tell him things you're going to or who you're falling in love with, he will guide you and show you that person might not be for you. Those people that you hang around with might not be for you. That's what a friend does. I don't look at God as just God. I look at him as a friend. I've always looked at God as more than just someone sitting up in heaven on a throne conducting you to do this and that and yelling at people and getting people because of sin. I look at him as a friend. Jesus said to his disciples, "You're my friends. You're my friends. You hang with me. I talk to you. You see what I go through. You see what the Pharisees say about me. I see what they tell you. And I stand up for you because you're my friends. I love you when you're not doing well. Oh God, I sinned. I did something wrong. Come to me and tell me. I'm not here to crush you, but I'll forgive you and I'll make you even better. But we look at this God as an angry God. Oh yes, I respect God. When I say I fear God, I think that means to respect him. To respect what he does. To respect who he is. But there's a God that's a friend. When I first learned about God, when I first started reading the Bible, I asked God, why did you do this? Why did you do that? And sometimes when I read, I was laughing because he has a sense of humor. And some of the things he did was funny, but some of the things he did was very serious. But he was my friend. He was my friend when no one else wanted to be. I told him everything. 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 Everything about me. Everything about my insecurities. Everything about the way I looked. Everything about the way I talked. Everything about how people treated me. And he saw me through. Many of you are not personal enough with God. You're not personal enough. He already knows that you're not personal enough. You're not personal enough. He won't disappoint you. I'm telling you, you can tell God things and he won't go back and talk about you. You can tell people things. And it doesn't always work. People judge you on their own standards. Someone can point a finger and crush you, and the very thing they're crushing you about, they have a problem with. God is not like that. Oh, if I could make you understand today that a lot of things you go through is needless. A lot of pains that you go through is needless, because sometimes if you would tell God about everything, you wouldn't have to go through that. There's a lot of people that are going crazy. There's a lot of young people who are going crazy because they have nobody to talk to. There are many times when I went through deep and dark things, but I can sit down and tell God about it. There are many things that I was hurt by, and I told the Lord about it. I told the Lord about people. Because all the time, even when you're very young, people can say some very terrible things that might stay with you for a long time. It crushes you. It makes you wonder who you are. But I told God about it. And he helped. He saw me through. And he can see you through. But you gotta let him know. I have friends, very few people you can call friends, who are concerned about the little things about me. And sometimes I laugh. I have a friend, I love her dearly. Her name is Cheryl Chandler. And we would go out to the stores. Dan, come on in and ride with me. I ride with her. We get to the store. We getting ready to leave. Dan, did you get your candy? Because she knew I loved candy. Did you get your chips? Did you get your snacks? Now, I know you're not just getting that little bit. She never asked me for a dime, but she knew me. She knew what I liked. She knew what was important to me. That is a friend. Excuse me here. I know my friends. Sometimes people that you know, if somebody says they said something, that's not them. They don't talk like that. You know how friends act sometimes. You can tell when your friend is in trouble or when they have a problem. And everybody else say, why are they acting like that? Well, that's them. Well, how do you know? Because that's my friend. I can identify my friends and can tell you when they're in moods, or can tell you when they don't want to be bothered, or can tell you when they've said something that you might take as offensive, but I'm saying, but that's my friend. That's who they are. Well, they shouldn't be like that. No, that's who they are. And you won't understand it because you don't know them. You don't know them. You can't make a judgment because you don't know them. But I know them because that's a friend. Years ago, I was in this situation where somebody had said I said something. And what they said I said, this person knowing me for years offended me. And this person wanted me to apologize for what was said. And I said, I'm not apologizing because I didn't say it. And this person that wanted me to apologize, I hadn't met them very long. So I didn't really know them. They didn't know me. And for years, this bothered me because I was accused of something I did not do. And bitterness came in my heart because every time I would see this person, I would turn my head. And God said to me, I don't want you to do that anymore. You go to that person and you tell them how you feel. And I did. And I said, but I don't blame you. I blame your husband. Because he was supposed to be a friend of mine. He has known me for years and he knows how I talk and what I say and what I won't say. And he ended up saying, you know, I thought about it and I knew you didn't say it, but you didn't say anything. You let me go through this. And I had to forgive. But the point I'm making is a friend should know you. A friend should know your character. A friend should know what you would do and what you won't do. A friend will warn you and tell you the truth about yourself, whether you like it or not. That's a friend. A friend won't let you go and do something and know that you're wrong. You might be angry, but I'm going to tell you, I'm your friend. You're wrong. What you're saying is wrong. How you're acting is wrong. Because that's what a friend will do. Someone who don't care, they'll join in with you. They'll make you think that you're something that you're not. And watch your destruction. And then say, they should have known better. But a friend will tell you better. And God is my friend. He said he chastises who he loves. If you have a parent and they won't tell you the truth, they won't reprimand you when you're wrong, that's not love. A friend loves at all times. A friend knows about you. A friend cares about you. A friend won't leave you somewhere abandoned. Love is more than 3 words. I love you. Love is action. To me, it's an action word. If you're driving in a car and there's a dead end up the road and a cliff, and even though you might want to go that way, a friend said, don't go there. I've been up that road before. And if you keep on going, you're going to fall over the cliff. Now it's up to you to listen, but a friend won't let you just go and destroy yourself. And that's what Jesus is. He's a friend. So I want you to understand that, yes, he's God. Yes, he's created the whole world and the whole universe. Yes, he's created the smallest of creeping things and the great big mammals. Yes, he's created the sky and the rain and the thunder. Yes, he's given you knowledge to create. He's created different races and different people and different cultures. But he's still a friend. He's my friend. And I am his friend. So when I go in prayer, I don't just go to a great big mighty God. Yes, I know he's God. I hear that all the time. But I go to my friend and I tell him all of the things that bother me. All of the things that I go through. Yes, we're going to go through pain. This world is full of it. I listened to this verdict for George Floyd, and everybody said, well, there might be a change now. No. There's never going to be a change until men's hearts are changed. I'm sorry. You might say I'm a pessimist, but I'm telling you the truth. There'll be more killings. There'll be people that don't understand that their color does not make them an authority over someone else. There are people that will still hate you because of who you are. Because their hearts need to be changed. It's not the color of your skin. It's the color of your heart. Until God changes the heart, people are always going to be who they are. Because inside, honey, it's not outside. This is just a color. It's not outside that's the problem. It's inside. It's inside of you. Your hate, your evil, it's inside of the heart. And until the heart is changed, you're not going to change. Because the evil has blinded your eyes to see the truth. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. I was blind, but now I see. Evil has snuffed out the reality of who you are and who people are. So if someone can blatantly kneel on someone's neck for 9 minutes and something in front of others while they say, stop, don't do that, that's not right. That's not right. The devil is doing that to people every day, destroying you, crushing you. And people will look and keep it moving. I've been in New York where people have fallen on the ground and people just step right over them. I said, Lord, that person's fell. Well, they got to get up on their own. I don't have time. I don't have time to stop and help anybody. Because people, that's the heart. So in this plain talk today, I want you to know what a friend is. Who a friend is. What you sing in church, those of you who know the song, What a Friend We Have in Jesus, we just sing that song and it's just, at funerals you sing it and it's just a hymn. But listen to the words. Oh, what peace we often forfeit. That means you give it away. You just let it go. Oh, what needless pains we bear. It's enough that we have to bear pains, but some of it is needless. some of we don't have to go through. All because this is the reason we do not carry everything. Everything. Oh God, you're merciful. Oh Heavenly God that looks high. He sits high and he looks low. Cut the crap and tell God what you got to say. All them long, beautiful prayers and you're not saying anything. I know he's high and all that kind of stuff. You don't have to tell me that. He knows that. Get down to business and tell him what you need to say. I go to my dad and I need money. Oh, Father, my dad, who you take care of the house. And I need $5. Do you have it? Come on, let's be real. Endless prayers that nobody is even listening to. You sound good, but you're saying nothing. I remember there's a song that James Brown said, you're talking loud, but you're saying nothing. Get to business and tell God what you need because he's your friend. Tell him in plain. Tell him in sincere of heart. Tell him what bothers you. Tell him about your insecurities. Tell him about the secrets that you're holding from everybody else that makes you ashamed. He already knows about it, but tell him. Don't be ashamed to tell him. He already knows. Tell him. Tell him about the mistakes. Tell him everything. Then rejoice and thank him. Because you know why? He can do something about it. You can tell people all your problems all day long. They have problems. I had a lady I used to stay with when I was in college in the boarding house. And her friends used to get around and talk about their illnesses all day long. She had angina. The other woman had heart trouble. Her leg hurt. The other woman's head hurts. I can't walk. I can't breathe. I can't talk. I can't hear. I'm going crazy. I'm going crazier than you. All day long, competing. And neither one of them could have helped either one. They couldn't help each other. They were full of problems. I would sit there and I put my hands on my cheek and I would listen. I would look back and forth. I would look at her, Miss Mary and Miss Gladys. Your turn, Miss Gladys. Your turn, Miss Mary. Your turn. Your turn. I used to say, Lord, I've been living in this boarding house for years. I live up on the second floor. Miss Gladys lives on the first. There's a bathtub upstairs. And I know that the Ethiopian girls live on the basement. There's a bathtub down there. But on this first floor, Miss Gladys lives. There's no bathtub. There's just a sink and a toilet. I think that a lot of times when I heard Miss Gladys talk, I thought that the cure for her ailments would be a good bath. But she never climbed the steps and never went down. So I'm just thinking, Lord, in my mind. But see, God knows everything. So what I'm saying is that you see things, but God knows. He's listening. And if he listens, he could give you the solution, or he can move you into that solution. But you don't tell him anything. You're telling other people who can't do anything for you, who can't keep anything to themselves. But when I talk to the Lord and I leave it alone, I know that God is going to hear me, even in my childlike way, because he wants you to come as a child. My childlike way, I told God, I don't have no friends. They won't walk with me. Jesus said, I'll walk with you. My grade is a C in this class. I want an A. God said, study, and I'll help you. I'll help you retain what you've learned. God, I'm insecure about my looks. And Jesus will say, but you're beautiful because I made you. And I want you to stand tall because I'm with you and I'll fight every battle. Hey, he'll do it if you tell him. Tell him. There's a scripture that says, we're praising him. Bless the Lord. Bless for his benefits. It's a benefit you have. People of God, you have a benefit that no one else in this world has. You have a friend who created the whole world, and you sit there and you don't tell him what you need. That's a benefit. When people are in straitjackets, you have a benefit. When people are killing themselves, you have a benefit. When people are sucking up drugs, you have a benefit that they don't have. Why aren't you going crazy? I got a friend, and I thank him for his benefits. A benefit. When people say, oh, you have a benefit. So remember, people, you have a friend. What a friend we have in Jesus. All our sins and griefs to bear. What a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer. Oh, what peace we often forfeit. Oh, what needless pains we bear. All because we do not carry everything to God in prayer. See ya. Love you. Have a good day.